morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you're joining. You're joined just to wait a few minutes, just a minute, just in order to give opportunity to everyone to join. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, so I think we're going to get started. So everyone who wants to join a little bit later, they can absolutely do so. So thank you very much for being in this session that we're hosting between HEC Paris MBA program and also Yale School of Management. We're going to be discussing about our dual degree between our both institutions. Before also getting started, I would love also to introduce myself. My name is Gala Cipolla. I'm a marketing and recruitment manager for HEC Paris, and I'm in charge of the MBA program. And I'm also working, we are in total 4 marketing and recruitment managers in the team, and we also covering different regions of the world. In my case, I'm in charge of Latin America and the Middle East. Important as well from us is to provide guidance and information about our programs and the application process, admission process. And if you just want also to discuss about your profile, and we will be also very happy to provide information and feedback. And now I will pass it over to my colleague.
Thanks so much, Gala. So nice to see everyone here today and interested in our double degree program between HSA, MBA, and Yale SOM's MAM program. My name is Evelyn Wilson. I'm a Senior Associate Director for the Management Master's programs here at Yale SOM, and I'm very happy to be here representing the MAM, or Master of Advanced Management program, here today. So in today's session, Gala and I will kind of swap back and forth and talk through the 2 different programs represented by the 2 different schools, and a little bit about, the student life and community at the schools, our application processes, and also our joint application process for this double degree program as well. And we'll also try and leave some time for questions at the end. So if you have any questions, please hold on to them. We'll try our best to answer everything throughout the presentation, but if you do still have questions left at the end, please feel free to use our Q&A feature in the webinar to ask us live at the end of our session today. So we actually have a couple of different pathways to get to the MAM, the Master of Advanced Management program at Yale SOM. And so before we get started today, I really just wanted to kind of highlight the 2 different ways to get here, to get to the same program. And the pathway that is correct for you depends on where you are in your academic journey. So today we're talking about our M2M, our master to master, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a moment. But this is our double degree program. So the M2M pathway allows you to apply for the MBA at HSA and the MAM program at the same time, in the same admissions year. So you essentially submit both applications together, and you'll hear back from both schools in the same admissions year. So you'll know right up front whether you'll be going to both programs. So that's a really great way for students to be able to plan ahead. And of course, that pathway is best for students who are still considering or shopping around for MBA programs. So if you have not yet begun an MBA, you could consider applying through the M2M pathway. On the other hand, if you have already begun an MBA, you could also just apply just to the MAM program by itself. This is more considered like a standalone application because, of course, you've already heard back from your MBA program. You're already enrolled and have begun, or potentially have even completed your MBA program. So if that is true for you, for where you are, then again, you don't need to apply to the M2M because you already have your MBA or you've already begun that program. So you could apply just to MAM by itself. Both of these pathways will lead to the same place, to the MAM program. Doesn't matter to us how you get here, but just wanted to highlight the fact that there are a couple of different ways that students can join us at Yale in the MAM program. So I mentioned the M2M, which is our master to master program. And really, we just wanted to use this slide to highlight the power of two. So through the M2M program, again, this is a joint degree program, which you will be spending your year one in the HSA MBA, and then your year two at Yale in the MAM, Master of Advanced Management program. So through this, you are gaining two master's degrees in two different countries at two global business schools, and representing two different networks. And therefore, you gain access to the networks of both different schools, and the career resources at both different schools, the alumni networks at both different schools. So it's really a powerful pathway and program to really, again, leverage this power of two different really powerful networks and global business schools around the world. So we're really excited about this collaboration that we have, and hopefully you will be as well. Okay, I'm going to hand back over to Gala to talk a bit more about the HSA MBA program.
Well, thank you very much, Evelyn, for explaining also the advantages of this wonderful opportunity to have both degrees from HEC and also Yale, and also for explaining as well the different pathways. But now I will also go back a little bit on time for the first year that usually our students spend at HEC. Just for giving some little bit background of our institution, it's been founded in 1881. So it's been running now for more than 100 years, and each year we welcome around 4,500 students on campus. HEC faculty is a big ecosystem. We do offer different types of programs, from masters, the famous master in management, MBAs, executive MBAs, PhDs. So there are a lot of opportunities to join us. Also, something that is important as well to retain from our institution is that we have a big tradition of excellence. And something that for us gives us a lot of pride is that now we are ranked third for educating the greatest number of CEOs from the Fortune Global 500 companies. So something as well to understand is like for those who are joining HEC Paris, they're not just coming for just a curriculum. It's also a whole mentality, a big community, and also a big network that can also be beneficial, not just during your studies with us, but especially afterwards. And moving on a little bit also to what we offer, we have a wonderful private campus. We have around 340 acres of forest, of also different facilities our students can enjoy, from a gym. You can also play sports like outdoors, indoors. We have libraries. We have different buildings for having your classes. We also have as well tennis courts, rugby fields, soccer fields. If you are also into hiking or running, we have more than 20 kilometers and you can actually benefit from. And also the beauty of it is that also it's very protected, it's very safe, and that allows us as well to our students as well to socialize as they are. We also have a student residence that allow also our students as well to find guaranteed housing on campus, of course also following the deadlines we have as well for applying for accommodation. But also what is important to mention is that the fact of having such a wonderful setting allows our students to meet after class and also to benefit from this campus. So for example, now springtime is in the horizon, so we have also opportunity as well to enjoy, for example, barbecues, or also going around and organize different activities outdoors, which is actually very wonderful. We are also located 17 kilometers from Paris. We are in a medieval town that's called Juillen-Josas. And the wonderful saying about it is that you can also enjoy the tranquility of the campus, but at the same time, you are 20 25 minutes away from Paris. We also have frequently shuttles that go every day, and so you can actually benefit from both worlds. And in addition as well, HEC is very committed to actually have strong partnerships with different actors. We are the founding member of Paris-Saclay, which is one of the world's innovation clusters for tech and also research. And so we are very proud of that. And as well, we are a member of Station F, which is one of the world's largest startup campus. So a lot of our students as well benefit from it, so they can actually launch their businesses there if they want to. Also have guidance as well from either our staff who's actually there, or also from other peers who are also launching their businesses as well. And just also to give you as well some more information about what our campus look like. As you can see here in the pictures, the one up is, you can see the S building where all the classes for MBA take place. It's a wonderful building, very modern, that allows you as well to benefit from very nice classrooms. Also, you have student rooms and also different departments that we're going to discuss about them in the following slides. And you can see as well, like an aerial picture, where you can have the view of our castle. We have also a beautiful castle where also MBA students can benefit from. We have also important meetings there, galas, and different events that actually take place. We have also a lake, and you can have also a site of the rugby field. And basically what is also nice to understand is you can actually enjoy from all this outdoors and beautiful green scenery that it's basically all around HEC Paris. And also a little bit more information about the MBA program. So here you can have a hint of the profile, the class profile that we have. We are a small, medium program. That means that we usually welcome between 230 or at least less than 300 students per year. We have 2 intakes, one in September and one in January. And just to give you some information that is very important to attend, we are a very diverse program. We welcome 95% of our cohort who is coming from another country than France. So it's very international. So here, looking at the map, you have an idea that they're all coming from all over the world. That creates a wonderful melting pot that can benefit a lot of wonderful connections, and also as well little exchange of points of view as well. So for example, it's wonderful as well to see those who are coming from also all different kinds of sectors, and also get into different pathways. And also it's wonderful to see that our students can also benefit from each other's experiences. We have at the moment 49 nationalities represented for this cohort. And just to give you an idea of basically what the profile would be, we usually accept students who have a minimum of 2 years of full-time experience, and they can go up to 8 to 9. So the average is around 6 years of work experience. So the average age is around 30. So it can also be a little bit more from one side or the other, but just to give you an indication. We're also very proud about now having 40% of women who are in our cohorts. We are, of course, aiming to welcome more in the future, but it's also very positive that it's increasing year after year. And also, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what this schedule of a dual degree will look like. As Evelyn mentioned before, the first year will be especially in HEC Paris. So you spend a year with us, starting from September, and you need to expect that you're going to do mostly core courses, elective courses, and also career workshops. Don't worry, I will explain all of these options a little bit in the next slides. And then afterwards, the year after, by August, you will also be joining Yale, where you're going to start the MBA-Yale program, and also starting the different curriculum there that I will invite later on Evelyn to explain more in detail. And just moving on our curriculum. As previously mentioned, we are starting in September, and we are mostly divided in two phases. We have the fundamental phase, where all of our students need to attend all courses, are mandatory. And basically in here, you're going to have the opportunity to dive into the foundations of business, management, and leadership. So we also going to be a wonderful opportunity for either refresh some concepts if you already studied in the past, finance, for example, or marketing, but also as well to have the opportunity to really have a more deep understanding of whole business as a whole. So also have the opportunity as well to discover as well new courses and new sectors as well. Or we have a world-class faculty that are happy to teach you the hard skills in the classroom, but you will see as well that really in no time, you're going to have the opportunity to put all that you're learning here in HEC in practice. We have a learning by doing approach that we are very proud of, and you're going to have the opportunity to already have a lot of teamwork, have the opportunity as well to put a lot of business simulation, and as well to already go out of the classroom. Also important as well to mention, we also have a New Horizons Capstone, which gives the opportunity for all of our students to develop their own capstone, but already having as well the possibility of following 3 modules that have also different focus that it may vary from one year to the other. You also are guided as well by our professors, and also you have as well the opportunity to go out of the classroom. So every year they can also have a different point of view and also different activities that are organized. But just to give you just a hint or a little idea, usually you can actually visit different companies, or also as well really treat real case scenarios from companies. And I also, in terms of the customized phase that we have in the second part of the program, you have also the opportunity to select courses that are more aligned with what you are really looking for from the MBA, and especially what you would like to do afterwards. So you have the opportunity to dive more in detail about the specific concepts, or also specific industries that maybe you like to have more information about. So it's like, for example, for those who are more interested in marketing, you have also the opportunity to read select courses that are more related to that. Those who are more interested in finance, they can also have the opportunity as well to have courses that are more into that as well. And also, at the very end of this information, you're going to find the MBA tournament, what is usually called MBAT. It is actually optional for you, but it's very well liked by our students. It's kind of the Olympics of MBA, which allow as well for all of our students to participate, and also for inviting as well students from other MBAs as well to participate on campus. So we'll also have the opportunity to explain a little bit more in detail what we do beyond the classroom. And as previously mentioned as well, we do offer student housing, so we have it here also on campus. Usually, we do, of course, allow all the opportunities to our students to select either they want to live on campus or not. Generally, I love to say that it's very a good opportunity to live on campus, as especially the first 2 terms of the program can be a little bit intense, and it's also a great opportunity as well to get to know more your other colleagues. And it's actually a great opportunity as well to do way more activities out of the classroom. But so there are a lot who actually decide to live on campus. So others one would love to start there, and then actually later on they like to move on and live somewhere else. We give also a lot of flexibility to either afterwards they want to change location. It's actually something that we are happy to accept. As you can see in here already in the picture, we have already rock climbing. We have a lot of different activities that are organized. We have a lot of sport facilities, again, indoors. We have an indoor gym. Also, we have different types as well of sport that you can also do outdoors. And what is important as well to what I love to mention is about the plethora of student clubs that we have on campus. We have one specific for MBAs that are made for MBAs by MBA students, and they are all different kinds of activities and also point of interest. So you can have a lot that they are oriented more sector oriented. So those who love to have a really like diving more into a specific sector, or also creating more networking opportunities in a specific sectors is a wonderful opportunity that is up there. We also know a lot of our students that have the opportunities to, one, create a solid network that will also be there after they graduate, and two, as well, the opportunity as well to create a lot of networking events, allow as well to really have opportunities, work opportunities afterwards, either by internship or job posting. So it's actually something that is important not to neglect. And also they have a lot of social clubs as well in order to just also, get to know each other and share common passions as well. And we also do have a lot of clubs that are not just for the MBA, it's more about the whole HEC Paris campus that allows you to also dive more into the different opportunities you can have. So either if you are more into traveling, or if you're also practicing specific sports, for example, in here you can also have the opportunity if you want to sail, you can also go in the regatta. So there are infinite opportunities. And also, as we have a very diverse community, we also organize a lot of cultural weeks. So for give you an example, we can organize as well the Holy Festival, or also the Latin American Week, or the Japanese Week, and so on. It's actually very wonderful as well to see. And yes, so also we have a lot of different events that can happen as well occasionally for especially MBA students, or also for HEC Paris students. It can also be about different series or events that we invite as well all our students to attend. And just now talking a little bit more about events, we're going also now to dive a little bit more into our HEC talents. We also know that a lot of our students are also doing MBAs for having a transformative experience, or maybe have a pivotal move also in their career. So we absolutely know that the professional opportunities MBA can also give needs, of course, some guidance, and also some specific department that needs to be in place as well to properly count all our students. So for that, we have an HEC Talents, which is our career center, that they will be there in touch with all our students from day one, and they will also be there until after they graduate. So what they do is actually very wonderful. You can actually see here in the picture what they do apply, what's important as well for them to better understand our students, and also to better guide them. So it's very important as well for them to, first of all, understand who they're talking to. So very like knowing yourself is also very important. Of course, we all kind of already have an idea of who we are, but also they are in their expertise, and they will be happy as well to meet you and also to ask you questions and give you a lot of different assessments in order to understand better who you are and actually what your values are as well. And also something very important that you can do in the MBA is also about the ability to explore. We have a lot of cases that actually we have students who came with a very fixed idea of what you would like to do after MBA. And by coming here, they discover a plethora of choice, and also an infinite amount of opportunities that they can benefit from. And that's also a lot thanks for the HEC Talents, that they organize a lot of events that I will have also opportunity to mention a little bit more afterwards. And they do have a lot of different workshops, and also they have the opportunity to create connections and benefit these connections to happen. So they organize a lot of networking events that they can actually happen more program oriented and also sector oriented, and so on. It's a wonderful experience that everything, as you can see, is very intertwined. So of course, a part of a strategy and and practice is also important. They also will give you ideas as well of how you can already have your own map, how also you can benefit from the MBA, and also as well to understand better, depending on for example, the companies that you want to apply to, if they have a specific interview process, or also specific as well exercises that you need to go through. So they have also a lot of platforms that are available in order to train and to practice. And also as well, you can also have a lot of working interviews, so they will be happy as well to carry on with you in order for you to enhance the opportunities of finding either internship or also, of course, a job afterwards. And finally, it's also very important as well to have success. It cannot be also done without having the proper skills. So they have more than 150 different events that actually can enhance your skills, your soft hard skills, and it's also very wonderful to see. And last but not least, also they organize a lot of global treks. That actually means that depending on the sector you're interested in, they can also organize a lot of visits to specific companies, and that can actually happen in Paris and also abroad. So, for example, nowadays we have a group that's going for the consulting trek that is going to go to Dubai, or the finance trek they're going to go to visit companies in London, or the sustainability trek they're going to visit also companies in Berlin, and so on. And also, to give you an idea here, our program is very diverse, and also it's very diverse as well in terms of different companies that you can see. You can have companies coming from different industries that trusting us also year after year, and we have in here a very good array of companies. And also we have with a lot of them specific collaborations, also partnerships, and it's also wonderful as well to see that they also come on campus pretty frequently. I'm going just to give you some information about the different activities we organize just in the next slides. Also here, just to give you a hint of what we do, usually we have a very impressive number of events that are organized by HEC Talents from different, as you can see, from the spring and also the fall. We organize different events from all the programs. So you can see, for example, the HEC Carrefours or the Impact Job Fair, but also we have specifics for our MBA students, like the internship days, or also some that are more sector specific, and also some that are more for specific moments that is important as well to find either internships or jobs. So as you can see, you also invite a lot of different companies that either come on campus, or also the students can go to their headquarters to visit them. So there are a lot of opportunities, and it's actually wonderful to see that our students also can have opportunities to get already out of the classroom and get also into the professional side very early on. And now I'm going to pass it back to Evelyn to explain, of course, the program in Yale.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Gala. It's always so great to hear about the really inspirational MBA program at HEC. And again, we're so pleased to host this double degree program to really allow students to build on the wonderful foundation that you can gain through the HEC MBA program and take it to the next level. So I'm here again to share more about our MAM program at the Yale School of Management. So I have a few key facts and figures to kind of walk through here that pertains to our school and to the MAM program. And then in a few minutes, I'll talk through our MAM class of 2025 class profile as well. But the first thing I wanted to with this slide is our mission. So our mission is educating leaders for business and society. And we are definitely a really mission-driven institution. This mission really means a lot to us. And it's something that we are really looking for in candidates who join Yale SOM from any of our degree programs. Both sides of the ampersand, the business and the society, are equally important to us. So we are really looking for people who want to make a difference and who want to kind of pay it forward after you may finish your degree or even while you are here on campus. And that really means that we're bringing together people who have this deep sense of purpose in the work that they do across all different fields. So it's a really wonderful opportunity for you to join this community of purpose and really grow your network with people who are doing really meaningful things, again, across all different industries, across the entire world. This year, we have 40 members of the MAM class of 2025, so it's a much smaller cohort, but that means it's really close-knit as well. We don't have a cap on the number of students that we admit to this program. We're really looking for the best and the brightest, but it is a smaller cohort than what you might have experienced in your MBA program. Again, which means that the cohort really becomes very close with each other. This year, they actually coined themselves the MAM fam. And so they really have this familial feeling among themselves, which is just really wonderful. Those 40 students are joining around 900 students enrolled across 6 different degree programs at Yale SOM. So we also have an MBA program here at SOM. We have other pre-experienced degree programs. We have EMBA programs as well. So it's a great opportunity to meet and connect with lots of different students across all different elements of their career as well. And we really pride ourselves on our integration at SOM as well. So you will have the opportunity to select many different electives. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a few slides. But in all of those electives, you have the opportunity to be sitting in class with students who are taking their MBA, who are, again, at pre-experience MMS programs. And so it's really a great opportunity to connect and network with students from across all the degree programs, both inside the classroom and also outside as well. Our clubs and our student organizations are open to students from all programs, as well as our, extracurricular student life events as well. So there's plenty of opportunities to be mixing and mingling with students across all the degree programs at SOM. You will also be joining our alumni network, of course. So we have over 9,000 very active Yale SOM alums, and then 200,000 Yale University alumni spread across the world. One thing that we always hear from our students is how engaged our alumni really are. And the alumni network is definitely one of the most amazing resources that you'll be gaining access to as a Yale SOM student. We have 104 full-time faculty at Yale SOM. All of our classes are taught by faculty members as well. And another thing that we always hear from our students is how impressed they are with the access that they have to our faculty. Many of our faculty will host open office hours. They can sponsor independent research projects. Of course, they hire teaching assistants whenever they're teaching. And they have a really open door policy, and they really enjoy interacting with students and helping them get to the next level and engaging with them with their work as well. So definitely something that we like to share is our small student to faculty ratio as well. So what is the MAM? The MAM is a 1-year degree program that is completely customizable by you. So it's really an opportunity, again, to take the foundation that you have gained from your MBA at HEC and expand upon it, to take it to the next level and to a global level. I'm going to go into that a little bit more specifically in a moment, but really the takeaway here is that you are the one who is going to be deciding what you're learning at SOM. So it's a really fantastic opportunity to really customize your own path. As I mentioned before, we're a mission-driven institution, and so you'll be joining this really incredible community of purpose and mixing and mingling with people who are really doing incredible things. You have the opportunity to join all of our clubs across Yale SOM, but also across Yale University. So many different events. Our calendar is packed all the time, so it's really hard sometimes to narrow down exactly which events you want to choose. But there's always lots going on campus, again, both at SOM and across Yale University, and lots of speakers as well. I'm going to talk more specifically about each of those things in a little bit. And again, just highlighting the Yale University network that you'll be gaining access to as well is a really great opportunity. So again, you'll be building off of what you've learned in your MBA. and then taking your learnings to a global level. And there's really two different things here, two different buckets that we really hear from students about the opportunities that the MAM program can provide to you. So the first is extraordinary depth. You're really able to dive deeply into a topic of interest and learn from some of the world's leading industry experts during your time here at Yale. So some topics that you could dive into are listed here, like healthcare management, fintech, organizational behavior, nonprofit, entrepreneurship, and economics. These are all real strengths of ours at SOM, but the list goes on. These are just examples of things that our students have found popular. Um, you can really dive into such detail, and because you're able to customize so much of your own curriculum, you can take as many courses as you want in any of these topics. So a great opportunity there. On the other hand, you also have the opportunity for extraordinary breadth. Um, through SOM, you are able to take courses across Yale University and not just at the School of Management. So you have the opportunity to take classes at the School of Art, the School of Drama, the Jackson School of Global Affairs. Really anything that you would like to explore here at Yale, you have the opportunity to do so through the MAM program. If there's something that you've always been interested in learning about but never had the opportunity to, if you'd like to try learning a new language, those are all things that you can do through the MAM program. You could also do both. You could take a deep dive into one or two topics that you're really interested in here, and at the same time, kind of explore one or two other things that you might have always wanted to study but never had the opportunity to before. So again, extraordinary depth and extraordinary breadth are two real great opportunities that you can gain through the MAM program. So I promised to talk a little bit more about the class of 2025. So here's our class profile this year. Again, we have 40 MBA graduates or students who are working towards their MBA joining us this year, representing 22 different countries of citizenship. Just like at HEC, our MAM program is predominantly international students. So 95% of our students this year are international passport holders. 24 different MBA schools are represented and 14 different GNAM or Global Network for Advanced Management schools. So we really have a very international population and students representing all different corners of the world. And of course, students can sometimes go to a school in a different country than their own home country as well. So we really bring together a very diverse student population who are able to kind of share with each other local business knowledge and practices from all across the world as well. So it's a really wonderful opportunity to gain insight into the global business world. The average age of our students in the MAM program is 31, and we have 45% women this year, which again, we're very proud of, but of course, we're always working towards parity. So hopefully we have some really wonderful women who are listening today who are getting interested in our two fantastic programs. 95% of our students speak two or more languages, again, just highlighting the international nature of our programs. And about 7 years is our average amount of work experience. So let's talk a little bit more specifically about the curriculum for the MAM program. We only have 4 units of required courses. So that's 2 different classes that the MAM students are required to take together as a cohort. Both of them are focusing on global leadership skills. The first is topics in advanced management for business and society, and the second is focusing on personal and interpersonal effectiveness. Apart from those 2 courses, you get to choose the rest of your curriculum. So again, remember you have the opportunity to take a really deep dive into a topic of interest or to explore many different interest areas and consider, the interdisciplinary nature of business and how different disciplines work together. We have more than 170 different elective courses available just at SOM, at the School of Management. But again, you have the opportunity to take classes from across Yale University. So if you're really interested in sustainability, you can take classes directly from leading industry experts at the Yale School of the Environment. And we have 12 other professional schools as well as the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. And Yale College is also open to you to take classes as well. So it's really flexible, as you can see, and it's up to you to think about what you're aiming to gain from this program and how you can best achieve that through this flexible curriculum. The other thing I'd like to mention, and I actually don't have a slide for this, but we do have an optional STEM major as well. In order to complete the STEM major, you would need to complete 16 credit units from within a kind of pre-designated STEM portfolio, like designated STEM courses. So there's many different courses that are STEM designated, and you would need to choose about 16 credit units to take among those in order to fulfill that major. The advantage of that major is that it allows the opportunity for students who complete it to apply for an additional 2 years of OPT, which is work permission under your student visa in the US upon graduation. So there are many kind of strict regulations around this extension. Of course, you have to be pursuing a STEM designated career field in the US. But if that sounds like something that might be applicable to you, it's definitely something that you might want to consider if you are kind of a STEM, if you're interested in recruiting in the STEM field. I should also say that everybody who completes the MAM program is eligible for 1 year of OPT or optional practical training work permission in the US after graduation. But again, this STEM extension is the ability to apply for an additional 2 year extension, meaning 3 years of work permission in the US under your student visa if you complete this major. So we don't have a castle at Yale, and we can't compete with HSA in that regard, but we do have a really beautiful campus as well, and it's really embedded right in the heart of New Haven. So it's a little bit of a different campus experience than you'll be gaining from your HSA MBA. I have a few pictures to walk through here quickly, just to give you a taste of what our campus looks like, but we also have a really great virtual tour online of the Yale campus that I recommend that you check out as well to give you a really good sense of the campus feel here. But on the kind of top left corner here is a picture of our Beinecke Rare Book and Manuscript Library. It's a really fascinating and beautiful building. And they're constantly hosting events in there as well, like you can see here, but some really incredible and inspirational stuff in there. So definitely recommend checking that out. We also have some great art collections in our art museums, one of which is shown at the top here, the top right-hand corner. And then we have lots of different beautiful libraries for students to study in as well, and they're all open to the entire Yale community. So one of which you can see kind of on the right-hand side in the middle, pictured here. But again, there's lots of different, I think there's over 20 different libraries on campus, which you can explore and let us know your favorite. We also have a farm on campus. It's a small plot of land because it's right in the middle of New Haven, but it's a really fun way to gather as a community, roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty, and kind of interact with students and community members, again, from across the Yale community and not just within the Yale SOM network. And then on the bottom left-hand corner, that tall building that you can see at the back is actually the library. It was made to look like a cathedral, so it's a really beautiful Gothic architecture. And we have lots of different courtyards around the Yale campus as well. So here you can see a beautiful spring day where the entire community is kind of coming out to enjoy the sunshine, and just kind of gather as a community. So it's nice to enjoy the architecture from the lawns here as well. Speaking of the community, we have lots of different opportunities to engage with the community outside of the classroom as well. So a few pictures to talk through quickly here, but I'm getting conscious of our time and I want to make sure to leave time for questions too. So I'm going to fly through these kind of quickly. But pictured at the top left, we have our speaker series. We're constantly hosting really cool speakers here at Yale. So it's always worth checking out who's coming to campus next and really getting inspired by some of the world leaders that are coming to campus. We have lots of fun sporting events going on all the time as well. So in the middle at the top, you can see the Yale-Harvard football game, which happens every year. And when it's Yale's year to host, we kind of put up this big tent outside and everybody gathers for basically a big tailgate, which is a pregame party, and just to kind of go cheer the Bulldogs on. For the football game. We have a couple of great conferences as well. We host conferences at SOM each year. The one pictured on the top right corner here is our Fempire conference, which is really celebrating women in business and helping to inspire women to advance further in the business world as well. So that's one of our newer conferences, but it's been really popular over the last couple of years. And then one of our longest standing conferences is shown at the bottom on the left, our philanthropy conference. All of the conferences are student run, so a great opportunity to take on a leadership position if that's of interest to you while you're a student here. But yeah, another great conference there in the philanthropy conference. Then we have our student talent show each year, always a really fun event. You can see pictured here a music group, but let me tell you, you will not imagine the talents that your classmates have until you attend the talent show. So that's always a really popular one in the spring. And then the final picture that I have here on the bottom right is our club fair. So this happens right at the end of orientation. All of our clubs will kind of host a stand and they're all spread out around the courtyard. And new students are kind of able to walk around, chat with the student leadership groups of each of our clubs and student organizations. We have so many. We have sports clubs, geographic clubs, affinity clubs, professional clubs, really anything you can think of. We have a club for it at SOM. And so you're really able to kind of walk around and chat with different club leaders to think about which clubs you'd like to join. There's no fee for joining clubs at SOM, so you can join as many as you like. Just kind of keep in mind your time management and making sure you're not stretching yourself a bit too thin. But because there's no fees to join, you can also just kind of be a periphery club member and just sign up to receive their newsletters and pop into events as opposed to maybe attending weekly meetings. So lots of opportunities with the club world here as well. Okay, I'm going to hand it back over to Gala to talk about our admissions.
Thank you very much, Evelyn. It was also wonderful to have now the overview from both a school or both business schools, also from both also programs. And now I think we'll move on for the next part that will be more about what we are looking for in a candidate and also how the application process works here in HEC Paris MBA program. So we are very open to diversity. So again, also that means also from academic professional background and also from what also our students who would like to do afterwards as well. In this case, for example, also they can also do a degree and program, and they can do so many opportunities actually they can actually arise from our MBA program. But what common factor that we all have our students is basically of they have to have at least a bachelor degree. Also in terms of professional experience, at least 2 years of full-time professional experience. As previously mentioned, they can also go up to 8 or 9 years. Also, we require a GMAT jury. Also, we accept the executive assessment, but also I would recommend if you want to do a degree program to basically stick more to the GMAT or jury. Also, we require 2 professional references. Of course, we more in the professional background, so it can be either your boss or also someone you've been reporting to, who can actually also give a deep explanation of your work. And also for us, it's very important the international exposure. So one common way to understand that is either if you live abroad or if you also did your studies abroad or an exchange program abroad. But also it can mean, for example, if you're already working at your current job with international clients, international markets, if you're also interested in international, either if you're already very aware as well of different languages, or also your interest as well, or maybe you love traveling. So particularly all this interest about international is important to us. Again, also leadership potential is also as well is very important to us, but of course, that can also be translated into your job title, but doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have already managerial experience in your job title. It can also be, for example, maybe you apply your leadership potential via different ways. For example, if you're leading a team, for example, maybe a sport team, or even if you're also leading an association or an NGO. Also, again, if you have any of these things, do not worry. Also, we can also maybe see your leadership potential as well through your professional references. So maybe they can also discuss about it. And then for us, it's important as well to get to know you better, to get to know your motivation also for joining HEC Paris, and also as well to understand where you're heading to, which are your career objectives. Once we understand who you are and where you're coming from, and also your needs of having also an MBA, it's also for us important as well to know where you're heading to, and also why it would be also important to do it to an MBA also with us. And yes, so, and also last but not least, also a CV and well, right, also essays. We have 5 in total. Do not worry, they're not very long. It's more well to get to understand better your motivations, and also as well, we have different creative questions as well to get to know you better. So there's no right or wrong for answering these essays. It's mostly as well to understand you better, and also the more authentic you are, the better. We also have a 5-week application process. So that means that every month we have a deadline. So from the moment of a deadline, that means like we commit to give you a reply for either if you're admitted or not to the program, and if you also have some scholarship awarded within 5 weeks. So the idea of that is that you can see here at the bottom that we recommend to connect with us, so we can also provide a lot of tips, a lot of best practices before you apply. And once you apply, the time starts counting from the deadline. And then, as you can see, there will going to be a pre-selection jury in the middle of those weeks. We also have 2 interviews for getting admitted in HEC Paris, and if it's successful, you're going to receive the admission letter, and afterwards the scholarship decision. And just speaking a little bit about application deadlines, and more specifically about the opportunity of doing either the HEC Paris option, but also the Yale one. We do have, both of us, different rounds and different application deadlines, but something that I would love to point out and also recommend in case, as Evelyn mentioned before, there can be opportunities as maybe having both combined, or having one deadline close to also the one as well from Yale. And the ones that are actually marked in red are those deadlines that will allow you to have the resolution of the HEC Paris admissions, and also the Yale School of Management admission, more or less at the same time. So those who are in red are actually the ones who, if you're interested in doing this program, I highly recommend to apply, in order for already knowing by this year, this is springtime, the opportunity of knowing if you are admitted to a dual degree program. So I think now what I would love also to mention is also important. I know we don't have a lot of time, but we also know it's very important as well to get scholarship and funding as well for also starting this big project that is MBA and dual degrees. So in terms of HEC, we do have more than 1 million euros that we award yearly for doing an MBA with us. So we have 2 big scholarships that we provide, one for excellence and also one for diversity, and both combined can actually go up to 50% of the tuition fees. And but also we have a lot of partnership as well with external foundations. For example, we do have a lot of wonderful opportunities that go through Forte, or also as well Laylo Foundation, and we have also one as well with L'Oreal. So these opportunities also depends a little bit of if they're actually addressed to women, or as well also depending as well from if opportunities sometimes are merit-based, also when depending on also for economic base as well. So there are a lot of opportunities as well to fund your program with us. In addition, we also have special partnerships, also opportunities with international loan providers, such as Prodigy Finance or Lendwise. So in case that you're interested in that, do not hesitate to contact us in order to give you further information. And I'm just going to pass it back to Evelyn as well.
Yes, thank you. Perfect. So I wanted to share a little bit more specific information about the dual degree application process, because we do try and make it easy for you as applicants and combine as much as we can. So we have an agreement between our two schools that we share some of your application material. So the way that it would work is you would first apply to the HEC MBA program, and then you'll go through their application process, as Gala just explained. If you have indicated that you are interested in the dual degree program with Yale SOM and you are admitted by HSA, they will then share with us your application materials. So we can receive your test score, your essays, your resume, your transcripts, all of those things. They will send directly to us, so you don't need to send them to us as well. Again, we're trying to make it easy for you. We do have a few additional items that we will then reach out to you directly to request. So you do not need to submit or start a new application with Yale SOM for the MAM program. Again, HSA will send us your application once you've gone through their admissions process. We will then reach out to you directly to request a few additional items. So we'll request that your professional letter of recommendation is sent to us directly from your recommender. I know you've just submitted one to HSA as well. It's fine for the letter to be the same, but it has to come to us directly from your recommender from their professional email address as well. Again, they don't need to write a new letter. They just need to submit it to us directly as well. We also require the GMAT or the GRE. We unfortunately don't take the executive assessment. So as Gala mentioned, if you're interested in this dual degree program, we recommend that you just kind of go with one of those two tests. And again, we can receive the test score from HSA in order to read your application, but you will also need to send it to us through GMAC as well. We also have video questions as part of our application process. These are meant to be fun. They're an opportunity for us to kind of get to know you a little bit better, for you to come alive as an applicant off of the page for us. So don't worry about them. They only take about 10 minutes or so to complete, and they're supposed to be fun. There's no right or wrong answers. So again, not something to stress about. We have a $95 application fee, and then if you make it to the next stage of the Yale application, you will be invited to interview with us, and then we'll release a decision from the Yale side as well. As Gala mentioned, there's a couple of different round deadlines that are still coming up, one in April and one in June. So we recommend that you apply close to those deadlines if that works for you in order to hear back from both schools the fastest. If you do select the May application deadline with HSA, that's still absolutely fine. We will still go through this process in the same way. We just won't receive your application until June from HSA. So it'll just take a little longer for you to hear back from us. But again, you can still absolutely apply within that time frame if that works best for you. Affording your MAM, we know this is a significant investment as well, especially, paying for two different degree programs. We also work closely with student loan providers, just like HSA does, and we also have scholarship opportunities available as well. We have merit-based scholarships as well as need-based scholarships for the MAM program. So the message here really is if you are interested in this program, apply. We are committed to working with each and every individual who's admitted to the program to create a custom financial aid package to ensure that this program is a possibility for you. So we do have scholarship funds available. We do not give full ride scholarships. We tend to go up to about 50% is the maximum. And again, we work with we work with loan providers as well to help fill any remaining funding gap that you may experience. Okay, we're almost at time, and I want to make sure to leave some time for questions at the end as well. My colleague Elena is working the magic behind the scenes, and she can post in the chat our brochures for both the MBA program at HSA and also the MAM program. And we have here a couple of QR codes to take you, at least from the Yale side, to take you to our website to learn more. And then Gala, do you want to share anything about the QR code here as well from HEC?
Very much, Evelyn. Yes, so for those who are interested as well in getting in touch with us, that is a wonderful opportunity to also share information about your profile and also to ask questions as well. We'll be very happy to help. So you can also scan the QR code that you have in here. And also in our website, you're going to have as well opportunities to meet us, to have also the list of all the different activities that we organize. We have different webinars that are available to understand the program better, and also we have also different spotlights depending on the region you're coming from. So I absolutely highly invite you as well to participate if you're interested in the program.
Thanks, Gala. We have 1 minute left. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to enter them in the Q&A feature. And Gala, if you have another minute or so, maybe we can stick on and try and answer any questions that candidates might have. But we also understand if you need to sign off now, we have so much great information to share about our two programs that we took up most of the time, unfortunately. But please feel free to reach out to us, HSA or Yale. We're always happy to connect with prospective students to answer your questions. You can reach us here at Yale at advanced.management@yale.edu. That's our team email account. Yeah, we're always happy to connect with candidates and review any questions that you might have. Again,
The same also goes as well for us to reach out. Also in our website, you have all the information as well to have connect with us. And also we will be happy as well to answer any questions you may have. We know also there's been a lot of information as well in this presentation. So don't hesitate as well to, if there are like questions arising later on, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be happy to help and also provide guidance.
I don't see any questions through. Does anyone have any that you'd like to ask just while we have 1 more minute or so? No? Okay, great. Well, I know, again, as Gala mentioned, this was a lot of information from both schools as well, but hopefully you're feeling as excited about this partnership as we are, and we'd love to see some applications in our rounds 3 and rounds 4, and in our April and May and June I'll just say deadlines coming up soon. So please feel free to reach out, to either school, as we mentioned, at any time. We're always happy to connect with candidates, but thank you so much for joining today. And don't forget to download the brochures, which are available now in the chat. Thanks so much, Elena. And thanks so much to all of you for joining today. And thank you to Gala for co-hosting with me today as well.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. It was a real pleasure to be hosting this wonderful presentation with you. And also thank you all the attendees for exploring both programs, these wonderful opportunities with both of us. Thank you very much.